What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're back with Elite Dangerous. Today we're going to be learning how to increase our Empire reputation. Even a brand new player to the game is able to do this, and it's honestly recommended to start out with. That way you're able to start earning bigger ships like the Cutter, for example, which can help you out later on with mining, data deliveries, cargo transportations. It'll just help you get off the ground that much faster. You can even do this in a sidewinder. Alright, so first off, you want to head over to the system, located all the way out in the middle of nowhere, called Mainani. And we're going to be picking a very specific mission chain, which is going to take us to Ngalinn, which is going to be the closest spot to the area. You're not really going to need any very large jump range, as you guys can see. It is only 3.82 light years away from our current spot. So what you want to do is you want to go into Starport Services, head over to the mission board. Now you're going to notice there's several choices up at top. We're going to select everything that has the blue eagle, and you're going to notice that they have Empire listed. The white ones are going to be the independent. We don't want to grab those missions because they do not count for anything, so we're just going to grab our main ones. As you guys can see, all of our reputation is completely default, so we haven't actually done any of this, and you want to head over to the Transportation tab. Now from here, you're going to notice that there's several different courier jobs available. This is honestly the easiest method in the game. Like, you literally don't even have to fire a single bullet. We're going to be looking for a destination ngalinn, and we're just going to grab every single mission that has to do with sensitive data and courier job available. The reason why this is good is just like our original video on how to get the Federation rank up. This is a guaranteed way to do this for the Empire, and I recommend starting with the Empire first, and then working on the Federation afterwards. We will have a follow-up video on how to farm Federation rep now that the Soul War is now over, just to make it a little bit easier for newer players. So once again, you literally grab every single contract available going to the same spot, and you're going to be able to turn in all these missions at once. You're allowed up to 20 missions possible. Now another choice that you can do is where it says show, you can select specifically for reputation. That way it'll tell you the bars over here. So basically, the more it's filled out, the more reputation you're going to get. That's mainly for each of the individual people. However, it's still nice. As soon as you get their reputation up higher, they'll give you better paying missions. So that's why you kind of want to work on the reputation first anyways. But for the specific strategy, we're going to grab all that. And you're going to notice that it says locked due to reputation requirements. That's because we don't have our cordial reputation with any of the people listed inside the top here. So let's go and do our first mission, and then we'll head back and we'll do one full loop. That way you guys can see how the route works both ways. Interstellar ship all the way over here if you don't have anything better than a sidewinder. However, it is relatively easy to make it to this area. And for all the new commanders, welcome to Elite Dangerous. Hopefully this guide helps you out and allows you to get your next large ship inside the game. Alright, so once you jump into the system for the first time, you want to head over to the tab here, and you're going to look for Hickman Survey.
Complete.
Lock your destination, and fly over to the mission area. Every single one of the missions that we grabbed before are all going to be delivered here. Now, the easiest way to not miss a target once you get about 16 seconds out is to set your speed limiter down to 75%. That's going to allow your ship enough time to get inside the wake zone and stop without completely doing the loop of shame, which means you pass the station and have to do a little bit of a loop around. Once again though, this entire strategy can be done inside a sidewinder. Everything is super close together, so any ship will work for this specific case. However, we are going to have other tutorials on the channel, like for example setting up a exploration ship, a mining ship, and things like that. That way we can help newer commanders learn the game a little bit better in a more modern day setup. Now you can do this in your own private session, or you can do it in public. Honestly, you can do it in private since you don't really need to do anything at all. And if you ever see the numbers closest towards you, that means you are on the wrong side of the pad and you need to fully turn around. Alright, so once we're inside, we head over to the mission board. Now you are going to notice that there's different people here, as well as once you complete your missions, they're not always going to be going to someone that's in the Empire. However, your reputation is always going to be staying with the Empire regardless of who it's going to on this side of the world. I don't necessarily care about the credits. So this is a normal material, so that's going to fill up your cargo bay. You can tell by the cylinder, so you can pick the 22,000 credits or the reputation. Right now we care more about reputation, that way we can get the better missions, so we're going to stick everything specifically towards that. Influence does not matter at all, so you either want to pick your credits, reputation, or engineering material is what I recommend. Now the really cool thing about this loop, once again you head back to the starport services, go over to the mission board. It's going to be a lot of the very similar people that we had in the previous area, so we can head over to the transportation. Now you just want to pick up everything for mainani system, which is where we just came from, and all you have to do is keep on looping back and forth. Now, if you had a cargo rack, technically you can bring cargo back and forth between the two different areas if you decided to. We're focused mostly on data running though, so don't worry about any of the rest of that stuff. So be careful whenever you're grabbing your missions. You're going to notice there's like deliver 10 units, source and return 20 units of power generators. You can do these missions if you want the more credits, however, we don't actually need it. But for anyone curious, this is the symbol for engineering material. For example, that's rarity grade 2. If it doesn't say rarity, sometimes it won't pop up, but you're looking for this little hexagonal shape. That's to signify engineering material. And we go right back to where we came from. And basically all you have to do is repeat the same loop over and over again. We're going to farm this reputation up high enough until you're able to get the Imperial to get your cutter. Which also is a really good ship for cargo, data running, normal transportation, mining. It does a little bit of everything. Now the cool thing about reputation in this game, it actually stacks on top of each other, so you don't have to do your rank up missions immediately. You can just keep doing this for several hours. Once you're ready to do your rank up missions, you can pick and decide. Some of the courier ones are much easier, so once we get over to the next area, I'm going to explain it a little bit easier for our rank up mission. That way you can fully understand how to rank up yourself. Now, if you didn't know how to find your pad, if you follow the little blue dot on the screen, you're going to notice in the top left there, that's actually going to signify where your pad is. So if you ever get to a station where you're trying to figure out where it is and you're landing manually, that's the easy way to figure out roughly which direction you need to go. Now for my specific case, I do have high enough Empire ring to actually level up. You're going to notice my local reputation is not high enough to do this, but the cool thing is if we close out of our inventory, that's actually going to reset the mission, so it'll give it to another person, which may give you a mission that you're actually able to. For example, this guy is the one that we have high enough reputation for, so like we can actually do this courier job for him. Now this is over to a different system, obviously, but basically that's the easiest way to get your reputation up. You'll know you're raising your reputation if it has this little chain link symbol. If it doesn't have the chain link, then it's not actually counting for your reputation. However, in our case, we're just waiting to complete our missions, so we just come over side of the tab and do the same things as before. Once again, that's just regular material. We don't want it. Influence does not matter at all, so just grab the cash. Now, every single one of these missions, even though they don't say they're giving you reputation, they're actually giving you Empire reputation. They're just not going to be giving you local reputation, which is why we just grab every mission possible. Now, for example, you're going to notice this one's actually for an independence, but if we grab the mission line and pay attention to what we see in the middle of the screen here, we are doing it for the Empire, it's just it's going towards the independence. So technically we're working on both at the same time here, even though we're mainly doing it for our Empire reputation. This person's taking the benefit from it. Now for newer commanders who are getting into the game, just so you guys are aware, the brand new Christmas event is awarding up to 40 million. So that'll help you get off your feet if you're wanting to move up to a bigger ship outside of the sidewinder. That's basically just a scavenger hunt around the world, and you're looking for Sandra's workshop inside of the Frost Dock Station. If this guide helps you guys out though, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.